Good morning everyone, Elaine here from Chid Kids Crafty Creations on Instagram, and you'll find me on YouTube as you've obviously already done. Today I'm joining in with the 30 days of sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life, and today I'm using this sketch which is day 19. And it's got 3 pictures, some journaling, a large cluster in the middle and a title. I've decided I'm just going to use 2 pictures because I've got these 2 pictures here from a visit recently to Chartwell in Kent, Westerham, Kent, which is the home of Winston Churchill. And this display was commemorating D-Day, the end of the Second World War, and we had a picnic in the gardens. So these are the 2 pictures I'm going to use. I've already picked out the papers I'm going to use, and I've got a white piece of card that I'm going to back on this dark blue piece of card, but it's a sort of a medium dark blue. It's not dark blue, it's not navy, it's more like an Air Force blue. And then this paper is from Simple Stories Pack Your Bags. I wanted red in the picture because my granddaughter's wearing a red jumper, and there's lots of Union Jack flags. So what I'm planning on doing is putting this strip of Union Jack, well actually it was some paper chains that I had when we were celebrating the Queen's Jubilee a couple of years ago, 3 years ago, and it's left over, so I thought that would go in there nicely as the 3rd element, even though I'm only using 2 photos. So let's get started and I will start sticking things down. First of all, normally I would gut the back piece of card, but I don't know if you can see it's got a crease in it, and once you find that you've got a crease in these cards, it's very difficult to get out. So I thought, well, I won't gut the back. I'll just actually mount this on the large piece and have done with it. I have got quite a lot of coloured cards, so I won't lose sleep over it. I'm just eyeballing it. I rarely measure things. I don't particularly like to measure. I like to be a little bit more organic, although I do try and put things down straight, and I've got my trusty T-square for that. So talking of which, I'm now going to use this Pack Your Bags piece of card, or paper rather, and I'm going to put it fairly tight over to the right hand side. You'll see in the sketch that they've cut the corners off. I've decided not to do that because I'm going to embellish in those corners anyway, or 2 of those corners at least, if not 3. So I'll put it fairly tight over to the side, as I said, and make sure that I've got it nice and straight. So I'll use my set square for that, or T-square, whatever you want to call it. Just lining it up there, making sure it's gone down flat. I think I will just lift it. I've made it too close to the top. I really did want to sort of central it ish. No, up a bit, left a bit. Like the golden shot back in the old days if you're from the UK. Right, will that go down there? I think that's going to go there, and that'll do. That's close enough. I don't mind if it's not quite the same top and bottom, which it isn't. I can see that, but I don't mind that because I've got embellishment clusters to go on. Right, so I want to just map these 2 photographs first with a thin border, which I haven't done. I have prepared a lot of my belongings ready to go on the layout, but I thought these wouldn't take me long just to do it. I just want a very thin white border around these 2 photographs. Oops, that was silly of me. So I'm just going to go with that now, and I'll just cut these off. Doing this very roughly, then I'm going to use my guillotine, but my guillotine won't go that wide with that piece of paper that I had, piece of card that I had. I'll just throw that. Right, so now I just want to cut a very slim border either side with my trusty little mini guillotine here. It's the very first item my husband bought me for scrapbooking when I started scrapbooking about 12 years ago, something like that. That's the very first tool he bought me, and I've since bought 2 replacements. That side went a bit frilly, so not such a clean cut there, so I've just tidied that up. Right, throw those away. That's that to one side. And now I'll stick these down. I wanted the picnicky one at the bottom because I've got a picnic embellishment to go on here later. But, oh, I've just remembered. I decided that I wanted to have some tags behind my photos. I know that's not in the sketch, there's no tags, but I decided I wanted to have some tags. So I'm just sort of scruffling up. I don't really want to distress it completely, but I just want to curl the edges just a little bit with my fingers, because these are going to be the bits that poke out. So I'm going to start it with this bit poking out, and then I'm going to have another one. You can see it's a travel theme, this Pack Your Bag, but I'm not using much of the travel elements, although I am using a title called Let's Go Explore. Just distressing that a little bit on the edge, not as full as it would be if I used a distressing tool, and I'll make that a little bit longer and make sure I don't get any of that white bit there showing. I don't want that, but I did want a little bit more poking out than the blue bit, the blue tag. So that's that. And again, just going to eyeball this and make sure it is straight-ish. I think that's okay. It looks okay. So that's that one. Again, just distress the edges a little bit. Oh, I should have hole punched those. I've just realised I haven't hole punched them. So bear with me while I find my hole punch. I'm just going to punch these out. They're not going to be central because I'm actually going to put bows over them, so it doesn't matter that they're not actually punching the hole out on this occasion, because I'm going to put bows on them. So go back to this and punch that one and punch that one. Just distressing again with my fingers, just to rough it up a little bit, just to make them, just to give it a bit more dimension really. I did want to include a little bit of yellow in the layout, not just be red, white and blue as per the flags. I wanted a little bit of yellow because the title, I really wanted to use the title, and the title was has got yellow in it. So I thought, right, well, I'll use that. And now I'm just putting down this another navy blue tag, and again one with a bit of yellow here, and that's just sticking out a little bit more than the blue one. And again, I'll stick that down across here, and I'll have that more or less in line with the other one, the other photo. And then here I've got my Union Jack, I can't say it now, Union Jack bit, and I'm just going to cut that off there. Piece going across the centre, and that's my third element instead of a third photograph. Didn't have 3 photographs. We went during half term to Chartwell, and I did take lots of photos, and I am actually scrapping those because I don't get the chance to get many photos of my granddaughter anymore, so I'm taking the opportunity. Next, I decided that large starry cluster in the middle, I've had a bit of packaging that I've had forever in my stash. I think I probably saved it in about 2012 or something, and so I hung on to it, and it's a Union Jack. It's not a brilliant Union Jack, but you get the gist. So I'm going to put that down there as my main feature, because it's only a bit of packaging. It was chopped off a bit, and it's not quite a whole proper Union Jack, but I think you get the gist. Next, I'm going to put the title on, which I'm calling Let's Go Explore. This is from the Pack Your Bags collection as well, the rub-ons. And I think, sorry about my creaky chair, just seeing if I've left Yeah, this is the pack your bags rub-ons, and there's a few bits getaway and various different things, but because mine was a staycation, we were just popping up the road because I live in Kent, so it was just a day trip out. Got the lollipop stick here to rub these rub-ons onto my title. I hope I put that straight, because I do you know what, I plonked it down and then I didn't actually check. I hope it's going to be straight, and I'll try and make sure that I don't miss any of the letters, so that I can rub them all and get them all off, because otherwise you get left with little bits stuck on the backing, don't you? Let's see whether I've got it or not. A little bit there missing, a little bit on the E. Do it very, very gently. Oh, definitely need a bit more rubbing because it's not coming off cleanly, but it's getting there. A bit missing on the O, a bit missing on the Let's. There's definitely a bit missing on the R, so I'll go back on that one. That's it, that's come off now. Missing on the P and the X. Didn't rub it very well at all, did I? And I think that's it. Yeah, let's go explore, and it has all come off. That's good. Next I've got a couple of little more rub-ons. Hope they won't be quite as painful as the other ones. Just a couple of arrows with some hearts. It's got a little bit of green in it as well, like the title. Get that off. Not quite done on that heart. Might have been better use something other than the lollipop stick, to be honest. I think metal works better than a wooden one. Anyway, it's done now. And then just a couple more little hearts I was going to put up the top. I'm really sorry, I can't credit the person that made the sketch, because I didn't make a note of it, and I'm using my phone to record, so I can't actually have a quick look to see who made the sketch. Although I do have my iPad beside me. Oh, missed a bit of that heart. So I could perhaps look it up and find out for you who made the sketch. It doesn't say it on the actual sketch, so let's see if I can find it, and then I can tell you who did it. Talk amongst yourselves while I'm just looking this up. And we're on day 19, and it says created by Gina Lee Cunningham. So thank you, Gina, for your sketch. I thought it was really nice, and I wanted to get this one done in particular this month. I've got these bows here that I was going to put on for my on here. I've got 4, and I'll have to spread them out a bit. They're in red, white and blue, but I do incorporate more yellow later, so I'm going to stick those down. I'm going to use some acrylic glue for that, just to put on the tag. Actually, I didn't need to punch the hole, did I? I didn't even realise that. These are just going to go there on the tags. Just gives it a bit more interest, I think, to have something else there other than just mounted photos. And this is Pinflair acrylic glue I like to use. Now, because we're in the garden and we're having a picnic, I have got a picnic basket here, which I used as a part of a cutout sheet from Minte papers. They are from Poland. Berrylicious, this one's called, and it's all made in Poland. And you can see it's got like little fruit bowls and picnic baskets and etc. So I fussy cut a picnic basket, and because I wanted more yellow in it, I've cut a bottle of pop as well, and I'm going to pop those up on foam pads so that I can stick the pop behind it, so that we've got a bit more yellow in it, because otherwise there wasn't a lot of yellow down the bottom, only that tag. So just pop those up on foam pads, put the picnic basket down here because we were having a picnic outside on the bench. We were having a mean day. We didn't want to buy, I'm going to use my acrylic glue for this. I didn't want to pay for a picnic lunch. It was just a half-term treat, and I thought I don't want to spend all that money on National Trust prices for lunch. So we just had a picnic, took just a sandwich and crisps, and this basket makes it look as if we had something much more grand, but we didn't. Equally, from the same cut apart sheet, I've got these red and blue flowers here and pink flowers, so I'm just going to put those up there because, again, you know, as I say, we were in the garden having this picnic lunch, and I'm just using some foam tape here to lift it up a little bit off the photograph. Oops. It's very hot in the UK here, so I've got to keep my blind down because otherwise it's in full sun and it's just too much. You wouldn't be able to see very much. Another bit of fruit here, which sort of goes with the picnic theme. And again, I'm just using a little bit of pin flare in this instance rather than the foam tape, which I can put there on the bottom of that little bit, and under that little gazebo they'd laid out a 1940s style sort of afternoon tea, so it was quite sweet under there. I've got a couple more little hearts here that I thought I'd put on there, Union Jack hearts, which again I've punched out. That's an old Paper Mania collection actually. So I'm going to put these on, and then all I've got to do is do my journaling, so I'll do that off camera. I'll stick these on first, and then when it's dry I will put my journaling on, and that's about it. It was quite a quick one because I've obviously done all the prep beforehand. This will be all about the journaling, where we went, why we went there, and what a nice day we had. So I think that's about it. I hope you can see it. I'm not quite clever enough to know how to do a single screenshot at the end, so you can just see this instead. I haven't worked out how to do that yet. Anyway, that's my take on this lovely sketch by Gina. So thank you for that. And day 19, 30 days of sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life on Facebook group. You can find all of the details there. Thanks for joining me. Bye.